So all I'm doing here, I took everything down because the mock-up's done. I made tape marks and ink marks where I'm going to put stuff. I'm going to put drywall supports in here now, and then I'll stuff insulation in it. And then I'll put a sheet of drywall up, cut out the outlet boxes. That spot will be at least drywalled. So. And then I'm just going to cut out for the power box, so I'll measure that out right now. I'll do it that way. I'll leave a little bit of meat for the drywall in the corner to be stronger. We'll find out, everybody, if that was a bad decision. And I don't always make lines, I make a mark, and then I keep the edge of the saw perpendicular to the edge, or parallel, you know, and the blade perpendicular. And usually I cut straight, usually. This isn't fine woodworking. I'm just making, you know, drywall furring strips. So, you know, close enough is good enough as long as it fits. Now I'm really hoping I can get in there with a chisel and just bang that out. We done. We'll find out. We'll find out. Might mess it up and break it. Can't find my chisels, but I found a blacksmith knife. So let me just try a blacksmith knife. Everybody needs a file knife. That looks like about right. 1 inch, more or less. I could flip it over and do it right. This side. There we go. I'm hoping it just splits. I'm hoping I don't break my blade. I know there's better, fancier, and right tools. Use the tools you got. That's what I think. That worked out okay. Like a glove. So anywhere that the power boxes recess a little bit, I've already bought in the several of the different distance ones. So with power boxes, you're not allowed to have exposed drywall or exposed, the power box is supposed to come out of the drywall, or exposed lumber in that particular case. So they make little, they call them something or another. I bet there's, but they change the depth of your box is all they do. And I bought several different kinds because I knew going in and out of the shipping container because of the corrugation, you're just going to end up needing them if you do this method of drywall. Now, if you stud the whole thing around, you'll just be attaching, but I would have lost 6 inches of width inside of my shipping container, and I don't want to lose a single bit, not even 1 inch. So that's why I turn my everything flush, and that's why I'm doing it this particular way. So one thing that's nice about building a 1,000-year house is it makes all your decisions super easy. Like stainless steel screws, people, oh, those are expensive. Well, over a course of 1,000 years, they're pennies difference, and over 1,000 years, they're 1/1000th of a penny difference. So that's the advantage of building a house with the idea it'll last 1,000 years. You're not tempted to do cheap things. You just do them right. And it makes your decision making actually pretty easy. You don't have to debate cost and whatnot. Now, since I'm building this out of my own pocket, the extra 20 to 30% that the total house will take is inconsequential because I am saving hundreds of thousands of dollars in labor costs. Now, I think that it's taken me a little longer, but when I'm done, it won't be shit in a box. And that is worth a little premium, maybe 20% or 30% longer as well. But I've seen houses that, like Tilson, which is a major builder here, they're still working on, and they started before me, and somebody must have lost funding, or Tilson, you know what I mean, the company's in trouble, or they got bigger fish to fry, so they leave these half-built houses out here in the middle of nowhere, or they're still trying to sell houses for $500,000 that are just, you know, chipboard and, 24-inch studs, and they're just going to fall down, you know, and people are not, maybe they will, but they need to build houses that young people can afford. You know, I'm sorry, 80, 120,000. Oh, these are ridiculous numbers. No, they're not. They're real numbers. If you build your own house, I'm going to build all of this here using my own lumber off the land. I got a little sawmill, probably between 80 and 100,000. And I know it'll be worth, if I was crazy, you know, like $1 million. And that's for 1/10 of 1% is what I can build. Anyway, nonetheless, buying things right is inconsequential for me. And I'm in a bathroom, stainless steel, mold resistant. I'm just doing everything right. With the exception, I should have put marine board up here, but I am not driving an hour and a half to maybe not even find marine plywood. But anyway, the mold resistant, and then these are treated. Did you see these 2x4s are all treated? So let me get this up there. Well, now I'll put some cross pieces in here and then a piece up and down, and that way in the center of this there'll always be something to attach different stuff to. It'll all work out. So I just cut little notches in for the, hopefully I did it right, for the conduit. And just cut around them. Try to protect the conduit a little bit. I do measure a little bit from time to time, but most of the time I just do it this way. I kind of get it roughed in and then dial it in till it fits, and it seems to work out for me. But obviously, if your skill levels are higher than mine, no reason to step it down. But the point is, you know, I'm not a professional house builder. I'm a cloud engineer by trade, and I got faith in myself to build a 1,000-year house, and I think I'll accomplish it. So those of you who are watching closely, you'll see that I have a little shake in the hand, see? And it makes precision work difficult, so that's one of the reasons why I picked a Southwest Adobe style home, because the part of the charm of those homes is the hand tooling and the roughness, elegant roughness is what I call it, and that is what I could deliver. Now, if I was trying to do mid-century modern, that would be a tough thing with my shape, but also It doesn't really fit my vibe. It's not who I am. I like nature and, you know, the Alvin kind of a, the Pueblo people's kind of a history I dig. All right, so you see I double notched it. I got a little deeper now. So now let's put that in there and see how we're doing. Go. All right, internet, you can see that that fit perfect. And so I'll drive some screws in there, and then I'll drive an upright piece to the ceiling so that if somebody moves something, they'll at least have a center post to put a little cabin on. This isn't going to support 1,000,000 pounds. It's only 30 inches in between here, right? So, you know, a little medicine cabinet or something, or somebody doesn't like the porthole mirror and wants a different mirror up, you know, they can do that at a later date. If I find something cool, hand carved or tramp art, you know, medicine cabinet with some cool beveled mirrors, I'll stick that in there. All right, let me finish this up. I just noticed I don't have my safety glasses on. I'll go find those in a minute. The next step is insulation. No me gusta insulation. It's awful. Awful. Looky there, internet. All I'll do is make sure it's in the middle and bam. Eyeballing. Well, not eyeballing. A little measuring, but mostly eyeballing. Fits like a glove. Look at me. Here I'm going to measure. Find the middle. Find the middle. 31, so 16 a little bit. All right. Right there. All right, and that's only purpose is to anchor in the future a different medicine cabinet than the one that I chose. So that's its only purpose. There's no structural anything there. We'll find out. I might do granite up here. I don't know. We'll find out. Haven't gotten there yet. So I don't know. Find out. Stop bossing. Boy, internet. You know, while I'm doing busy work of putting a lot of supports behind everything, I'm going to go ahead and run the rest of the supports in case somebody changes the way the piping's going to be. Now I'm going to come up through a suspended sink, so I will want something here. So I'll run another 2x4 down and then a couple of different 2x4s across so that somebody can attach different plumbing in the future. So let me go ahead and do that as well. And by doing a lot of extra work with 2x4s, in no way at all am I trying to postpone putting in insulation. I love insulation. It's the funnest job ever. People should come out and do it with me. When I do that poured countertop, I'll have the ice box already in place. I'll put a piece of hardy plank on it, cement board, and then I'll put molding in and I'll pour it. And I'll actually notch out the cedar so that the countertop will go in, and I'll put some supports in there so it'll be self-supporting. On the side of the icebox there'll be cabinet drawers that will go up and down, but this is just in case somebody changes that design someday. I don't even know how I'll feel about a poured countertop. I think I'll pour it in the same thickness as a granite. And then if somebody comes along years from now can knock out the poured countertop, they might become, concrete countertops might become too industrial or too, you know, maybe I'll mix earth with it and I'll make an earth bag, earth style, stabilized tempera, maybe. But anyway, having the additional supports there will help somebody years from now if they change the design. That's all I'm doing here. So, and apparently I'm stalling for putting in insulation because I hate insulation. Any old excuse. Be more of the same. I'll just cut it, notch it out so I can go around this piece of conduit here and I'll continue on. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it for now. Like a glove. All right. Like a glove that needs a big hammer. Woo-wee. Messed up that. Don't look at that. Look at this side. That fits real good. Don't look at that side. Pay attention to this side, which fits real good. I want y'all to believe in my magical. He never measures. He just cuts thing without, and there's no problem with it ever. Coming in hot. Aye, Captain, I'm giving it all she's got. Oh, that's got a knot on that side. I don't know. A knot. Knots are not your friend. Get it? Knots are not your friend. Oh, already bent it. Already bent it. No, I will not go any further. In the trash. All right, I'm going to put some screws in down below. So I'm going to turn you off because you don't got to see me bend over. And that big bahoos. Like a glove. Now, you may wonder every now and then about these 2x4s that kind of are a little wiggly loose on the wall. Sometimes I put self-tappers, and they make self-tappers that do wood to metal. But in this particular case, well, I might. It's possible I might put a one in there to anchor it in. Then I go outside and I caulk the area. But let me finish this with this other piece, and I'll have to do something weird over here.